Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So this is going up on both of my channels, and it's going up on what is now Shanna Does Stuff, as well as SC Crochet Studio. And you know, I've spoken a lot about the Woobles. I've given my thoughts quite a few times about the Woobles, but you know, it's a situation where you get gifted a pack. It does feel nice when you get gifted a pack because it means the person thought, and it's like $20-$30 roughly, give or take, that was spent on the package. So it's like the thought stuff like that. And I've talked to one of my friends actually gifted this to me, and I've talked to her about it. I've shared my feelings, and I'm just like, look, I'll still do these. Like, I still enjoy doing these. It's just a full pack, like a full thing, like a full set, $30, $20 to $30+ especially when I have so much material already. It's like, that's my main thing, where it's like, where if I can like pick and choose. I've talked about this in previous videos, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, but if I could like pick and choose what comes in a kit, if there's like a personalizable kit, and I can pick and choose, like if I need the wee woobly bits, if I need yarn, if I need a hook, because at this point, where's my thingy? So I got this. It's a little crochet hook holder that I got for Christmas, and at this point, all of these ones are hooks I've gotten in kits and stuff and sets. These two I got in a crochet coffee Christmas mug cozy. These two right here. This one, I know it was part of a set. I just don't remember where it came from. And then this one, again, I don't remember. This dark red one, again, I don't remember where it came from. This one is from another Woobles kit. But let's see, where's my fives? I have these two fives. These two 5mm. And one of them I already had because I bought it with the full crochet or hook set that I got from Amazon a while back. And then, so I have those two. And then I have this one. I have a third 5mm. And then now I have a fourth 5mm. So it's like, I don't need 4 or 5mm hooks. Because usually, I'm used to using this one. Because this is my go-to one for hooks. So I'm used to using my aluminum one. And it's like, I don't need 2 more. I might try to resell the hooks. Some of these hooks. Because it's like, I don't mind having one ergonomic hook. Because like, there'll be times where I'm working on 2 crochet projects at once, one in my room, one in the living room, and both require 5mm hooks, and I don't want to transfer like my one hook back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's like, I don't mind having 2 of the same size hooks, and I don't mind one of them. I am going to be holding on to both of these for the time being. Both of them are 5mm, and they're both basically the same color. Excuse me. For the time being, I am holding on to both of them, but I might, like, if they didn't have, like, here's the hook. If they didn't have the hooks be the same exact color, oh, this one's a little bit darker, I guess. But if they had, like, different styles, you know, or if they had different colors, different patterns, and then it would just be based on, like, I know for, like, some of their collaborations, like Lord of the Rings one, or Hello Kitty, or Powerpuff Girls, it's like, you get a stylized hook. If they did something like that for their regular sets, where it's like, maybe dinosaurs on any kits with a dinosaur, or like rainbows are on any of these disco ones, you know, kind of like that, where it's like, if they did it something like that, then I would be more inclined to be like, okay, yeah, I'll keep 1 or 2, or I'll change out one of my, oh, this is a 4mm hook, never mind. But still, again, my point stands. Where's my 4mm? Point stands. I have 4mm. I have a 4mm. I don't need like 2 ergonomic 4mm hooks. And again, like, my go-to is usually the aluminum. So it's like, what, like, I might resell one of my ergonomic ones. But it's like, again, like, my point still stands where it's like, they could do something a little bit more fun with this. They could do, like, a bunch of little, like, have it be a black hook, but do a bunch of little rainbow dinosaurs on it. Like, if they did it a little bit more personalized to the specific kids, then I wouldn't mind having a bunch of different hooks, you know. But no, it's all the same hook, maybe slight different shades of blue, but it's all the same hook style, the same shape, and it's like, it gets a little much after a while, especially if you have like a bunch of the same pattern, or you're getting a bunch of kits that require the same hook size, and then you have like 5 different 5mm hooks or 5 different 4mm hooks, you know. It's that kind of deal. But I am going to use my usual, because I'm going to be stubborn like that. Where are my scissors? I have my scissors somewhere. One second, I'm going to go find my scissors. They were under the octopus. I still need to finish. Oh, I still need that, actually. So I am going to just pull one thing out at a time. I did look at this last night. The stuffing. The, what's it called? Polyfill. And then I did look at this last night. And I think I just popped in one of the eyes in here because it had fallen out. Then I found it later. And then some yellow yarn for both sides and the front. And then the main body yarn. This is a fun yarn, I will say. It is fun. I do like a good variegated yarn. So here is the other eye in the back, the safety eye. And also, like, I don't need this pattern again. It's just the yarn that I needed. So I didn't need the pattern and the wee woobly bits. So, like, I didn't need this. I'm not going to show the back. But, what else is on the wee woobly bits? Okay. Okay. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 eyes. And then 3 back angles for the safety eyes. Oh, dang it. Oh, it just landed on my leg. Is there like a 4th eye in here? There's a 4th eye somewhere in my room. And it's not a huge deal because I have eyes. I already have like a bunch of safety eyes. So it's not the end of the world. Like, I have this. I got it off of Amazon. I'm not going to link it because I'm trying to de-influence from Amazon. But I already have this. And it's, one size is very well used. And also, I don't know if it was this or if it was some other eyes I bought that came with this. A little eye gauge. So that makes it really useful. These go in 10. Okay. So it makes, I usually just use this for eyes. And then I got a stitch wrap recently, which I'm going to share in another video. Or I'm going to talk about it in another video. But I'm mainly using the stitch wrap for my hooks and my needles. Just need one put in there. So I now have an odd number of eyes, but that's okay. So I'm just trying to have all my stuff together because I will have to pack up a lot of this stuff. Okay, don't need this. And then these are always useful. Anything extra that I get, I always try to save. And I have a little thingamahoozer in here. This came with something else that I had gotten a while ago. But just pop it in there. I'll probably need it. Actually, now that I think about it, I have 2 that would be good for this. So I'm just grab either one. And then Yeah. I do think that the packaging for this is a little bit misleading. And the main reason why I say that is because, yes, you have the picture there of what the end result should be, but like, there's a part of me that would expect something a little bit more shiny because of the packaging, because it is more disco, but it's more of a me thing rather than a Woobles thing. So I'm gonna set these aside because I know I'll need them later, but so I don't want to put them away, but I want them aside. I'm gonna pull up Fred. And then also too, like I was talking about, extra little bits. I don't really need all of these. This is the thing too, I'll talk about it later. But the other thing is that, like, I don't, like, sometimes I just need like a written out pattern. This is something I've done before. Sometimes I just need, seriously. Okay. Sometimes I just need like the full pattern or like a full video rather than the pattern in parts. They usually do a center pull. This is annoying. I don't want to take my handies out of coffee though yet. Okay. They usually do a center pull, which is kind of annoying, but this is kind of why I would need, like, I would want like a full video or a full pattern rather than parts, because it's like I don't need every single part separated. Now, I'm an advanced crocheter. I do like getting the Woobles because it's like they're fun little they're fun little packets. It's portioned out, you get a pattern, but it's like if I'm getting a specific pattern when I'm I'm not like advanced, but when I'm more advanced crocheter, I don't need things broken down into parts. At least for me, in my personal experience, I don't need things broken down into individual parts. So that's just my opinion. Download pattern. I love how I was just complaining about that. I just saw the button. Oh my god. I was just complaining about it and I only just saw that. Oh boy. And then this, wait, so my thing with this is body, tail, finger, arms, the eyes. Okay, the only thing is I do see the pattern here. The only thing is I wish it would kind of tell you, oh, this is the body part, whatever. This is the body around whatever. This is the tail around whatever. So that's my only thing with this. It's like I wish it would be like this is round 4 of the body. Even though it's like, or like this section, maybe not like, I wish it would just say this. I just wish it would say this is part X of the video prompts, or this part covers A through Z of the video prompts, that kind of a thing. So yeah, anyway, I spent all this time complaining. Don't you love it? Anyway, so I already know again, I was starting to say this when I saw the pattern, but extras of stuff, perfect. I have I've mentioned this before, but I have like so many stitch markers, and I have my stitch wrap, which has like a bunch more, not a bunch more, but I have my stitch wrap, which I put a bunch of like one of each color onto it. So it's nice having extras. So I'm going to continue from here and just come back to you when I'm done with this and let me know my thoughts and just talk about it a little bit more, because I do want to make this like a discussion again. Anyway, I'll be back later. Okay, so I decided to give up. I did the yarn on my yarn winder and I cut off the little pre-started piece because I was just like, you know what, I'm probably gonna give this away. I'm gonna give the yarn away, probably donate it. And like the thing is, the reason why I'm not giving away the whole set is because I am keeping the wee wobbly bits, because you can't have too many extras of stuff when it comes to crocheting and knitting, especially like stitch markers, safety eyes, threading needles, darning needles. But I did decide to give up, and because I'm holding on to the wee wobbly bits, I felt bad like holding those back, but including it as a set when it wasn't a full set and it wasn't included. So I'm probably gonna give the yarn away, donate it, but I I gave up. I just kept doing like the same couple of rounds over and over and over again, and it was getting to a point where it's like, this is not how it's supposed to be. And like, I have those moments in normal patterns, but like, and there is a certain amount of trust the process when it comes to following a pattern, but at the same time it gets to a point where it's like, trusting the process only gets you so far. And if you keep doing the same row over and over and over again, and you do it like every other row right, if you did all previous rows right and you're doing the same 2 to 3 rows or rounds over and over again, it gets to a point where trusting the process isn't helping. So I gave up. This one, the other one, did end up a little bit finicky on the cake winder because it's such a small amount, but at the end of the day, that's not a big deal. So I'm going to I have a bunch of links down below in the description. So I have a bunch of links where you can, if the Woobles works for you, that's great. I'm happy for you. I've had it work for me in the past. Just for whatever reason, the pattern not working. Fred the Dino, not working. And so I've linked the Woobles, I've linked their YouTube because I do think their YouTube has a lot of good small video tutorials. And I've linked some other videos of people, like, I tried to find people on both sides, but it seems like lately the Woobles has kind of been mid. It hasn't really gone downhill, it hasn't really gone uphill. I need to turn my ring light off and charge it. This seems to be happening a lot lately. Like, they've stayed mid, and sometimes, I mean, I don't want to say that they don't test their patterns. I'm sure they do. It's just, I feel like in this instance, maybe it wasn't tested enough times. And again, I don't want to say that. I mean, I said it, but I don't want to say it like on the record. I don't want to say it maliciously, because, you know, it's quite possible. It's quite possible that it's a user error, that it's something that I did or something that I missed. But like, I always am counting my stitches, and I'm like 95% sure that all my other rows were correct. So, and again, I'm pretty advanced, and I'm not like super duper advanced in crocheting, but relatively speaking, I am, at least in comparison to the Woobles, I am a little bit more advanced. So it's like, again, like I said, there's only so many times, there's only so much time where trusting the process can get you. It can only get you so far. And when you're doing the same rows over and over and over again, trying to fix it, it might not be a user error. It might be a user error, it might be me, might not be me. So I'm gonna look at some of the links. The first one is, what's the consensus on these Wooble things? Some of us absolutely love them, others absolutely find them overpriced and not worth it. This one comment says, from my standpoint, they're a great tool because they walk you through step by step, and the detailed videos are pretty helpful and cover some of the extra areas like how to read patterns, proper use of stitch markers, and generally making sure that you're developing the good habits from the start. They also have left-handed and right-handed options so that those of us are in the minority aren't left out. Personally, I think one of the beginner kits, then one of the intermediates, is a great way to get started before moving on to working from patterns. I do agree, like, I do think these are a really great starting point. That's what I've said in the past. I do think these are a great starting point. I do think they're overpriced for what you get. And in one of the videos I linked down below in the description, I forgot the term for a minute, in one of those videos, one of the crocheters was talking about how you can get, for roughly the same price, give or take $10, for roughly the same price, give or take $10, you can get double to triple the amount from Michaels than you would get from a Woobles pattern. And you can find a pattern either for free or on Ravelry or Etsy. You can find a pattern pretty easily or for free on YouTube. So it's like, okay, so another comment, I'm not going to go too in detail about this. Another comment says, as a novice crocheter who started with these literally 3 weeks ago, I find the price of a kit or two completely worth it. Those saying if they're overpriced are likely looking at it from the perspective of they kind of know what they're doing and see how they can get more bang for their buck. I do agree. I do understand that perspective. For me, the convenience came in the fact that it gave me exactly what I needed for one project, including a decent, if not great, hook. If I didn't like it once I was done, I didn't have a whole lot of extra left over to feel bad about getting rid of it like I would have if I had bought 2 or 3 skeins of yarn in a bag of filling. It let me sample a new hobby without overcommitting. I have since bought some extra yarn and better hooks, and I'm practicing all these basics they taught me, either in making these small toys or on my own, or picking up other simple projects. I can probably say I'll probably pick up one of their intermediate projects in the coming weeks / months for nothing else than access to the videos on offer. The videos are where I find these kits shine because they're prearranged and bite-sized, no video more than like 3 to 4 minutes long, and incredibly useful even as a refresher. Are some of the videos slow? Of course, but as someone who went into their first project, Felix the Fox, knowing with absolutely no knowledge of what I was doing, it was highly appreciated, and I think I will always look back on them fondly because of that. I think I do appreciate this person's perspective, and I do agree. And it is definitely a situation where, like, once you buy it, you have the patterning and you can always refer back to it. And that's something that's really good about the Woobles. And I think it's a situation where now that they have, like, the pattern book out, you can probably, like, the pattern book costs about the same as one kit does. And again, like, you can, like, when I was trying to make it, like, I don't like the feel of this yarn. I realized I'm not too fond of it, like, as I'm working on it, and I'm just like, I don't like how this feels, and I don't like how it moves, like, and I do acknowledge and agree with the fact that, yes, I am coming at these from some perspective of crocheting. And when I had started crocheting, I didn't get into crocheting because of the Woobles. I'd started crocheting, and then the Woobles did teach me, like, the proper single crochet, because, like, I wasn't doing, like, the proper stitches before. I don't know what I was doing, but I was doing some weird stitch for it. Anyway, I was doing some weird, not the crook stitch. Again, I don't really know what I was doing. Like, I was doing the wrong stitch for single crochet, for half double crochet, and then for double crochet. Anyway, so it's like, I do agree that they are very useful. I do think, even if you're a beginner, I do think I do think that it's not always worth the bang for your buck, because, again, like, with their pattern book out now, you can get the pattern book for, I think it's like $20 to $30, maybe $40, depending on where you're looking. And then, so that's roughly the price of one kit, including yarn. And then you can get yarn, if you go to Michaels, you can get yarn for anywhere between $5 and then $12 to $15. So it's like, it is a little bit pricier to get the book, and then the yarn and then the stuffing and then any eyes, but in the long run you'll have more yarn, so doing it that way is a little bit more bang for your buck. And yeah, like at the beginning I was complaining a little bit about them not having like a pattern, and then they did. But I think if they have like a full video access where you can easily skip through, that might be useful too. It's just, I don't think they're fully worth it at the end of the day. And like I've seen a lot of videos where the patterns don't seem 1000% tested, and again, maybe they are, and maybe it's easier, but it gets to a point where it's like so many people who are using it not getting the right look, or not getting the way it looks in the videos and the photos. That's where I'm like, okay, maybe not. So that is the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one.